Hello, I'm Johnny Wright, pastor of the Bear Creek Baptist Church, and this is the Bear Creek Devotions. In Genesis 18:1, the scripture says this, "And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Marah, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day." When I look at that verse of scripture, I realize clearly that Abraham was living, in all practicality, a simple life. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, when things were simple. In doing some research for this devotion, I ran across some things that I thought would be of interest to you. These things stated this: children love to go outside and play with their friends, riding bikes, stomping out mud holes, playing hide and seek, and climbing trees. You didn't have to spend money for entertainment, you just created your own. At meal times, you sat at the table with your family and you prayed before eating. Your mom cooked your meal, and when you were old enough, you were taught to cook yourself, and you loved it. It went on to say you didn't have to worry about R-rated movies because there weren't any. We looked forward to going back to school at the end of the summer because we had missed our friends. You showed respect to your teachers and actually to all adults. If you didn't, you got a spanking there, and then you got another one when you got home. You were taught to show respect, and it was not an option. No one had ever walked on the moon. Bottled water did not exist. And Babe Ruth was the home run king and not just a candy bar. Walmart was still a mom and pop operation. You knew your neighbors, and you looked out for each other. The Sears Tower was the tallest building in the world. The voting age was 21. And there was no internet. If you wanted to make a phone call, dialing the phone involved clockwise finger rotation. I remember that. Local calls were only 4 digits. To call long distance, you had to get a telephone operator to help place it for you. Churches were a very huge part of people's lives back then. People still had respect for God and the local church. Children were taught manners from birth, and it was common to say, "Yes, sir," "No, sir," "Yes, ma'am," or "No, ma'am." And at the end of the day, people would go out and sit on the porch and just simply talk. What a time of just simple living. Perhaps we need to take a cue from Abraham and from these thoughts that I've shared with you today. In this time in which we live, when the virus has changed so much in our world, wouldn't it be amazing if we just stopped and sat down and just reminisced over the simple things of life? The other day, a friend of mine told me that since this virus has broke out, he had seen something he had never seen. Across the road from where he lives is a huge field. A subdivision is beside him. And he said, "Preacher, I noticed people coming out of the subdivision, walking into that field, playing ball with their children, running, playing games, not going to a rec field, but just a field that we used to play in when we were children ourselves." My, isn't it amazing how times go backwards at times, and we remind ourselves that life can still be simple and enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I hope it encourages you today.